Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, the sentiments that were made yesterday by the former Deputy President Rigathi Gashagua has become a bone of contention among a lot of followers of the former DP in the Mount Kenya region. More so, speaking about him going ahead to censor and ask his followers to not listen to the music or sing to the tune of the music played by musicians from the Mount Kenya region who paid a visit on Friday to the current DP at his current residence, Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. Now, the goose of Rigathi Gachagua continues to be cooked, as even his brothers around the Mount Kenya region who had defended him and asked the government to tame the police officers that were deployed to arrest Rigathi Gachagua are now currently pointing fingers at him and also displaying that Rigathi Gachagua is not the right fit to represent the Mount Kenya region. And one man, Moses Kuria, has gone ahead to give us 5 things that portrays Rigathi Gachagua as the greatest dictator to have graced the Mount Kenya region politics. Now, Moses Kuria, through his social media pages, he went ahead to say this: the making of a dictator. Number 1, he told Governor Irongo Kangata, no matter how hard you work for Muranga people, as long as you do not follow me, you will be a one-term governor. Now remember that those were sentiments that were made by one of Rigathi Gachagua's governors, and that is Governor Mutahi Kahiga of Nyeri County, while they were attending the burial of the father to Laikipia senator. Number 2, Moses Kuria says, I will personally interview all candidates seeking party tickets for DCP to weed out the uneducated ones. Now, those were sentiments that were clearly made by Rigathi Gachagua, and he echoed them yesterday while addressing the artist who went to visit the DP, Kithure Kindiki, and one of them being Ngaruiya Jr., who Gashagua said Ngaruiya Jr. was seeking a party ticket from the DCP party, yet he is a class 2 dropout. Now, Gashagua said he will not issue any party ticket to uneducated fellas within his function, and that became the bone of contention between the artists around the Mount Kenya region and Rigathi Gachagua. On number 3, he says all parties in Mount Kenya except DCP are sellouts and should be rejected. Now, that is clear. It has always been Rigathi Gachagua against all other parties, and since he announced his party or launched his party, he has always been on the front line to try and discredit other parties around the Mount Kenya region, including the Jubilee Party, the PNU Party, the DP Party, and all other parties around the Mount Kenya region that have been in existence before Rigathi Gachagua's party came in play. Now, Moses Kuria says that Rigathi Gachagua's sentiments on telling the people to reject other parties because they are sellout is an indicator that the man is a dictator. Number 4, he says all leaders in Mount Kenya except those following me everywhere are brainless. Now, that is also something that Moses Kuria states very clearly, and we should agree with that, because Rigathi Gachagua is not 1 or 2 times that he has said those sentiments. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you that Rigathi Gachagua believes that he is the brain that should lead the mountain to the... he should lead the people of Mount Kenya to Canaan. But the same Rigathi Gachagua was the one who led them to the UDA party back in the year 2021 and the year 2022. So why should they believe him right now? Number 5, he says all musicians from Mount Kenya not singing my songs are Tukunias and Togeges. Do not listen to their music. Do not invite them for shows. Boycott all entertainment joints inviting them and follow them on social media. What next? Kuria says all women whose first name is not Dorcas are sellouts and will not go to heaven. Now that is Moses Kuria's sentiments. Now I should remind you, Kuria has been so accommodating to Rigathi Gachagua. I tell you, since Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment and all the predicaments that have followed, where Rigathi Gachagua has been threatened to be arrested, to be assassinated, Kuria has opposed those things to the latter. But now it seems that the burdens are becoming too much to bear. You can defend somebody for some time, but until they break out of the cocoon and decide they are superior even than God himself. And that is why Kuria tells us these are indicators that Rigathi Gachagua is a dictator. And for those that defending Gachagua, let me remind you one thing. You cannot defend Rigathi Gachagua on matters integrity, because if it is on matters integrity, Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto are all birds of the same feathers. And I mean, saying that William Ruto is bad and Rigathi Gachagua is good, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. I mean, literally, it doesn't. You cannot defend Rigathi Gachagua. Are we together? Now, Rigathi Gachagua, before him becoming who he is right now, he began as a DO. From a DO, he went to become Uhuru Kenyatta's PA. From becoming the PA to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta for 20 years, he became a one-term member of parliament. From becoming the member of parliament of Madeira, he proceeded to become the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Served for 2 years, then he was impeached. So the man, I can clearly tell you that his career has been on a trajectory shoot. And the reason why he feels so mad and he has always been so mad is because the trajectory that he was following, heading to the seat of the presidency, was cut short by the impeachment. And I tell you that Rigathi Gachagua's greatest fight is not for the people of the Republic of Kenya. His fight is for his career. His fight is to punish those that punished him through the impeachment. Tuko pamoja. Now, wait for a few days from now, you will see Rigathi Gachagua turning to attack people like Gachaguas Mushomba. He will start attacking Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta again. He will start attacking Fred Matiang'i, because all these people believe in a different thing. And that is why, I tell you, Gachagua, the only win that Gachagua wants is to have the members of parliament who impeached him removed from office and him installing his members of parliament in those positions. That is the win that Rigathi Gachagua wants. If he doesn't want that only, then he should join hands with the other leaders. You haven't seen Rigathi Gachagua in a rally with Matiang'i. The only time they were together is when he welcomed Matiang'i at his Wamunyoro residence, and from there they fell out. They have fallen out with Kimani Ngunjiri, Wambogo Ngunjiri. He has fallen out with Gachaguas Mushomba and other leaders also. And all these leaders are saying the reason why they don't want to follow Gachagua so blindly is because Gachagua is a bitter man. And Moses Kuria tells us, and let me tell you, Gachagua told us that if he leads this country as the president, his impact will be felt for over 30 years. Let me tell you, the impact that Gachagua meant is the impact of cruelty and the impact of disrespect to human rights. Because let me tell you, if this man becomes the president, ati mnasema watu wanashikwa kwa sababu Ruto ni rais, mtashangaa ni wangapi watashikwa wakati Gachagua ataweza kunyakua anaweza nyakua uongozi kama rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Wadau, that's what's up and that's what's trending. Leave your comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. Remember to subscribe. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.